Giggles all around.
I hate this part too.
Why do you hate this part too?
Only on PC. Because I got to make another funny face because I got to do the dash and jump and hold X, and if I don't do it correctly...
That funny face, that really should be like a problem. Like, if CBS knew about this, that face would not be okay.
You make that face in front of your kids? Yeah, they're mine now.
Wards of the state forever. What did they say in Usual Suspects? Fucked for life?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
That's such a good movie.
Benicio del Toro, one of his first movies I've seen him in.
I mean, that man flipped you for real.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have a hard time being a person that appreciates films. And trash. Both. But in contained episodic formats. It's getting more and more difficult to relate to people who only recognize TV shows as a valid format for entertainment. Because they don't really want to think.
Well, that's a fucktard moment, sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. They don't want to think. They just want to watch the thing for a couple of hours and then go to bed and reset for their job or whatever they do, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, they like their shows, but they only work as an amalgam. Like, you have to have seen 20, 30, 40 seasons of things. At that point, you navigate the medium as a meta. Like, oh, this is a show about this, which I've seen 4 times before, but I want to see how they do it. Right? That's okay. That's fine. But usually when you appreciate movies, it may be the same kind of count. Oh, God! That's just... You realize you're getting a face full of that shit when you're getting up, right?
Mm-hmm. He probably was like, just sticking his tongue out and everything.
That's... Oof. That is not good. That is workplace hazards, sir. Those are not strapped in. They're just free-falling it. That's awful. I like it, but it's awful. So, I mean, somebody watches a bunch of shows.
Me.
They're pretty much committed, right? They have a hard time with finite ideas. They need to say, oh, we'll be back for the next season. Or, I like this idea. I can't wait to see another 16 hours of programming about this idea. Hopefully it's good.
I think you can fit more story into a show than you can.
No, narrative. Story?
Yes.
You can tell a story in 3 minutes.
It's true.
You stretch something out for long enough, you have to stretch it. You take a good idea and just keep on stretching it out. And there's a place for that, sure, but when you're immersed enough in that process, the format corrupts your ability to reason, let's say critically, in some ways. Because you're just expecting to see more. Ideas don't stand on their own. Like, oh gosh, I wonder what they'll do next season. It's the same thing that allows for endless sequels of games that don't really need follow-ups because the machine says, make more. So you make more.
I mean, there are certain points in certain shows that should have been cut off way beforehand, and people are like, I don't think it's the writers or the people in the show. I think it's the people who own the show, the network. Like, oh, we're making tons of money off this with airing, so we need to keep making more money. This is gonna suck because there's gonna be like 40 of them right there.
Hopefully all dead.
No.
Okay.
They're all over there waiting on me.
What is your mine launcher? Guess what you have? AoE. Why don't you take care of that? Why wouldn't you fire from back there? Why are you bringing yourself closer to the demands?
Because, wait for it.
You had a good shot.
Wait for it.
Not Chucks.
Wait for it.
No.
Even another shot.
Doink. Okay, that's pretty fun. But you let one through. What? Well, really? Why did you trip? Was he in the middle of the ladder animation?
No, if he's on the edge, if any enemies are on the edge, they'll fall off.
Tripping off the edge.
Tripping the rift? That was a good show.
No, but good, but it was funny.
Okay, that's what I meant by good. Good to me is like it can make me laugh.
I enjoyed it. So, TV shows, good ideas, stretch it pretty thin. Many times.
What? He didn't even get phased!
Well, he was wearing a mask.
It doesn't matter, I shot him in the chest!
He was wearing a mask?
So what you're telling me is, I was at Stanley Yelnats, that's the wrong movie in general, in books. One's a comic book that I'm thinking of. The Mask.
The Mask.
Yeah, I can't remember Jim Carrey's character's name.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Ipkiss, that's right. By the way, in the comic books, he gets murdered by the mob.
Yeah, the comic books are very different than the movie.
Yeah, they're very violent.
The movie is like the joke opening 2 acts of the story. And if I'm not mistaken, Stanley gets murdered by his girlfriend.
Yeah, she sets him up, if I'm not mistaken, and then, then she gets
because the Mask empowers who he is, and he's a goofball, and the Mask doesn't want that. The Mask wants murder. Like this giant midget Napoleon wants murder. Automaton. Glad you shut that lock off, huh?
Yep. I learned.
Real happy. Oh wait,
that
this
too.
is Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So I'm being unkind and unfair in a lot of ways because we're playing a game called Resident Evil 4, which is the 9th game in the series.
Close, yeah.
So
Actuality.
clearly, we
That
had
happens
some,
if you don't make faces.
That's a lot of faces.
Yeah.
That's real bad. And you get started back at the beginning of the hallway or after the door?
No, you get to start back at the beginning of the chase, so I got to do all that over again.
Okay. Pound away. Just bite that lip. So, we're playing a series of games that are gradually changing entry after entry, but can you picture video games as seasons? I mean, you kind of have it with MMOs. Like, more stuff happens.
You
than the
have
existing formula.
episodic games. Telltale.
Yes,
The Fungus
but
Among
they're
Us.
chapters of one book.
Yeah.
So you're reading the existing story. It's possible they write them as they go, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like they make the face, make the face.
God damn it!
Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah!
You did it!
You have to make the face, damn it. I'm not good at button mashing.
But they don't usually write seasons ahead of time.
So nice you could
The way they figure
Some
it,
shows do.
they figure it, they don't have enough money for one season. Let's see if it gets bought. If it pays for itself, the network will invest some more, they'll write some more. The writers may have ideas they want to do ahead, but they gotta see how it does first.
She will join
So when you have a
us to
Telltale game
become
that's
one
in
of us.
episodes, it's cut up as a final product. The idea is already there. If they make it next season, like Walking Dead, which is, again, it's serial projects, it's easier to do.
We've prepared a
That's
special
acceptable.
ritual for
Just spend more time in this world. Oh wow, his hand does come off. I mean, this is a good time to freak out. And it's a heavy knife and a far throw. Would you die if they hit you?
Yeah, you get hit right in the trachea.
Awesome.
You fall
That
over.
should have happened. That should have been the game's end. Like, oh, you got cocky. Good job. So, I like finite ideas. I'll watch a bunch of it within a series, but each stands out as a cleaner cut. It's a lot more refined. I don't know how much production and editing goes episode to episode for most shows. I mean, your big productions, I'm sure there's a lot more obsession happening behind, well, after the fact if it's filmed. But your average episode of BoJack Horseman, I mean, it's really good writing, but after a while you're just asking writers to do some more of what they already know how to do. It's serious to a point where you know what you're watching, any given episode is accessible. But if you have a narrative show, like let's say again, I began watching Vikings very slowly.
What is that?
So far good.
I hear
But
good
it's,
things.
it's heavy telegraphing. It feels very authentic. I was struggling because the protagonist's face was so familiar to me. Like, who is this guy? I know that face. You know what other film he was in?
What?
Warcraft.
Oh, that's right. He plays the.
And that's not a compliment necessarily, but
No.
I know his face. That counts for something. Anyway, I can see where it can go. That's the problem with the story is I can see where they want to take it. But I'm along for the journey because I want to see how they execute.
You.
Some of the money came from History Channel, so it's not all fiction. It should have a little bit of authenticity.
Well, no,
behind
it's
it.
the History Channel, so it's all fiction. Let's get this right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Aliens did it. That's how they got it.
Well, who runs the History Channel? Jews or Christians?
A&E. So both. The
Okay.
Jewish Christian.
Well, that's a powerful confluence of forces. That might be good enough.
Yeah. He's good
I mean,
at math.
that's
and
a
an
show that I want to see for the sake of spending time in this place that they've built for us to observe. If you're keen into history, I'm sure you'll find things to quibble about, and that's completely fair. But I'm not invested in the characters as, oh, I wonder what happens next. Okay, it's a power struggle. Somebody ambitious versus somebody who's defensive. I want to see how the peripheral characters react, how the world is revealed alongside them. Because we have a very insular perspective. Why do they call this dynamite?
Who knows?
But would I be happier with a film version of it? Yes, I would. In fact, I already have one. It's called The 13th Warrior. I bring it up whenever I can. One of the actors is actually in that show as well.
Really?
Yeah. Not for very long, but long enough to go, hey, it's you! And then I've just stroked myself quietly in the corner. He doesn't like that.
Son of a bitch, I missed. But I didn't miss. This time. How are you?
Part of him went into part of me.
Yeah. Gotta get my money.
That was a good job. I don't know, Chucks, what's your take? Because you're a guy that really likes his historicals. But would you appreciate a Amazon or Netflix original series or miniseries of Master and Commander?
Yeah, I probably like it better.
But why would you like it better?
Once again, I could probably tell more story and it leaves me more suspenseful. Like you said, like if I watch a 2-hour movie, yeah, I can go back to the scene. Watch a 30-minute episode, I don't have to feel like I'm dedicated to a whole.
Where's it coming from?
Just years of watching TV shows.
No. Master and Commander.
There's
pre-existing material. There are
books. Yeah.
So portrayal of existing material that's accepted and loved among some circles, mostly Columbia. Retelling that visually is interesting, but you already have a proof of concept. Now, what's an example of a popular show that is now, like, the hotness on streaming, that is more or less original?
Oh, I can't think of one. I mean,
let's take Glee, for example.
Fuck Glee.
Okay. You're aware of it. You have a
I've had to
strong
watch
emotional
it.
reaction.
I've had to watch it multiple times. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the show.
Good. As a non-fan, what's it about?
It's about a bunch of fucking asshats singing songs in high school. They're all almost 30. So a bunch of almost 30-year-olds playing teenagers singing about, 80s rock songs, modern day songs, remakes of songs that were famous in the early 90s, like Baby Got Back.
So it's a musical show or a talent show?
It's a music show. Musical.
Okay.
It's a singing musical shit show.
Okay.
Does that sound?
Does it feel like it's based on anything, or it's an accessible story of, hey, young people who want to sing for competition? So it could be any anime show regarding boxing, or driving, or cooking, or anything. It's a tournament show. It's a kung fu show, but with songs.
Well, not really, because it's all one Glee team, and they occasionally go up against other teams.
Okay, so it's school life then.
Yeah, it's mainly drama. Like there's oh god,
So Dawson's Creek, more singing.
Yeah, and I think that's what hits everybody. It's a drama,
Yeah.
and
It's accessible.
and it has singing, so everybody loves singing. Like, oh my god, it's a show about singing. Like that's so awesome.
See the one with the animals sing?
No,
Okay.
There's
I
a
figured
show-
you'd love it. It's an animated film.
like, come on, Happy Feet.
No,
I've seen
I'm
Happy
talking
Feet.
about Sing.
Oh yeah,
That's okay.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I've wanted to almost slit my wrist while driving the car, so I killed my whole family. So I had to prevent that.
You will not witness this!
Like,
I understand.
Okay,
Okay.
it was bad.
Okay, let's take another one. Let's take Glow.
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 Glorious Ladies of Wrestling.
Yes.
It's historically a show about an actual women's wrestling organization.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of a neat concept. Never watched it.
Is it a matter of taking something that happened in time, it's recorded, and adding a dramatic narrative to it?
Pretty much.
Okay. So why would you choose to be watching it?
Well, I think what a lot of people like about it is that it's a big renaissance of 80s and early 90s stuff is coming around. Like, oh, I wouldn't say clothes. No one's
So,
wearing fucking
nostalgia.
parachute. Yeah, nostalgia.
Okay.
No one's wearing parachute pants, by the way, but
But if you have capable writers, they can bring life or interest to characters, bring intrigue to the process. Arguably, it can be about anything.
it could be. And if I'm not mistaken, they got the basis of the show off of a book from one of the ladies who was talking about her life as wrestling in that organization. And you got to think at the time in the late 80s, early 80s, mid 80s, the 80s in general, women probably weren't high in the wrestling era. There were some big names, but a whole organization dubbed to that, to just a women in general wrestling, it's a pretty neat concept.
So you're saying it's unexplored.
Exactly.
Now, what would it take to enjoy that show?
An open mind.
If you're a fan of wrestling, perhaps it's a familiar format,
Yeah.
but it's maybe a perspective you don't think of or haven't considered, or maybe you're against it, like, no, women wrestling bad, but then you watch it anyway. So you get them with a hook. But once again, they can write in whatever they like.
Correct.
As far as plot
Liberties.
structure, so long as the setting continues to remind you that this is about wrestling. Orange is the New Black is what, in its 55th season now?
Some shit like that. Way too many.
But
I mean, it's based off of a book what actually happened to somebody, but they're people like watching it. It's the same thing. Execs, if it's gonna make me money and people are gonna log on to my network or pay for my subscription to whatever I'm offering, and they're willing to watch it, I'm gonna keep playing it. I mean, I get it. I don't agree with it. If something's dead, you should let it be dead.
you have a lot of flash grenades.
I do, and I'm gonna keep all of them. That's the one I keep. Everything else I'll sell off. I
Okay.
think I've sold a couple early in the last 2
Fair
episodes
enough.
ago.
So how about this? If serialized entertainment in TV shows is something that's accessible, bite-sized, 30 minutes to an hour per episode, you can binge it, you can casually watch it, pick up and go. Would you agree that it becomes something to do?
Yeah.
Somewhere to put your time when you're tired or don't feel like being productive. I mean, sometimes shows are educational, but usually they're not really there to teach you stuff, they're there to like show you some stuff to look at.
Like the Reading Rainbow?
Even that. So perhaps
What are you
my issue is that I don't see creative entertainment as reduced to something to do. If it is just that, if it's disposable, if there's no value placed upon it, then why does it keep happening? Why is it being made?
Because somebody likes it. Somewhere out there, sooner or later, someone will write it where it's better than the last one. Why do they remake shows like, I'm trying to think. I can't remember the one with the guy with the wheels, where he's paraplegic and he's a cop. He's a detective, but it was a big show in the 70s. They rebooted it in like early 2010s.
Okay.
And it only got like 2 episodes in, and they were like, done.
The ritual is over.
And then there was a show with Hugh Jackman, Viva Las Vegas, or something Las Vegas, where it's a singing show with Hugh Jackman, and he's the lead, and he was executive producer. Half an episode in,
I think
and they canceled it, I guess. Like, the first episode was done, they canceled it.
The pilot?
Pilot episode, boom,
Wow.
canceled it.
Mr. Kennedy.
They have,
What is happening here?
They have Super Train, which is a show about a train that has luxury people on it, and it's a super speeding train, and all of a sudden it gets hijacked. Almost made ABC collapse because of it. It was so bad. They put so much money into it, and it did shit. So there's shows out there, but someone's going to come behind it. But look at the show. I don't know what the movie is, where Captain America, Chris Evans,
Yeah.
he's on the train, and it's in South Korea, and they got the 2 kids, and there's a polar bear at the end of it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the same concept.
Source code.
Source code? No, it's not Source
That's
code.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer, there you go. Yeah. Snow Train is the one with all those. Like, I know it's not Snow Train.
It's just about Snow Train.
Yeah, but it's almost...
It's got Tilda Swinton in it.
It does. She's in a lot of shit.
Whoa, buddy.
This
I
will
don't
be
remember
done
this
quickly.
part. You look like Frieza, but like, I don't know, more bulbous?
One less to worry about.
Bulbasaur Frieza?
Bulba Freeze.
Who are you? I'm Bulba Freeze.
So, like, it's the
Oh,
difficulty between entertainment as a means of revenue and as a means of expression.
You cocksucker.
That's the biggest thing for me. And all there games or franchises I enjoy that are completely iterative, they exist to make money. Sure.
Well, game.
Dynasty Warriors. Love me some Dynasty Warriors.
I like Dynasty Warriors. It's a good game. And there's good spin-off games like the one we played with One Piece.
Exactly. There are spin-offs. There are many, 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 many.
But you can't
The
spin off a
game is the formula.
You can only do so many spin-offs, though. I mean, it isn't like the Marvel Cinematic Universe where you have like 40 spin-offs that you can link up
I don't
together.
know, man. It depends which content, which material you throw into the formula.
The only, I'd say the only universe you can do that with is Quentin Tarantino.
Explain that.
Okay, so I think he finally explained that Pulp Fiction is a movie that they're watching. Reservoir Dogs is a movie that they watch in the universe of Pulp Fiction, or something like that. And then,
Okay.
no, Kill Bill. Excuse me, Kill Bill. In the Kill Bill universe, Pulp Fiction is a movie.
Okay. But in
and
the
then-
Pulp Fiction universe, Inglourious Bastards is a movie.
Yes, correct. I'm glad you know what it is that I'm talking about. Thank you, sir. And also, you have you tried doing this. You tried making a Vega Brother movie. Where,
Right.
yeah, not Ray Liotta. What the hell's his name? I got John Travolta. What's the other guy's name? Actor?
Sam Jackson?
No, the white guy from Reservoir Dogs.
Jeez, which one? Tim Roth?
I think so. The one that sings in the ear.
Oh no, that's oof, I know this one.
I know faces.
Michael Douglas. No.
Exactly.
No. Shit, I know him too.
He's in Kill Bill. He's one of the bad guys.
Yes. Mike Madsen.
Donald Glover. Got it.
Yes. Young Gambino.
I don't remember where I was getting with this. I just lost train
So
of thought.
the movies are interconnected in
Yes.
a way that nobody would find reasonable, but the creator has final say.
Shit. Goddamn snakes. I thought this was my mine launcher. I was like, I'm not wasting a mine launcher bullet on a snake.
Yes, you are.
Gotta heal myself with an egg.
Eat mine, snake. Nice try, Snake, but when it comes to CQC, I have the mine launcher. That makes no sense.
Alright, let me adjust these.
Holy shit, man. Must you? Must you?
I must. Look how much health I have now. A little bit of
Many health.
a little bit of overkill here. This is what happens when you play on normal mode and you go back to easy mode.
What, you don't use the health?
No, you realize how the game's supposed to be played again and you don't need health as much.
Well, congratulations. You get stronger in your mechanics. Your playstyle improves.
Correct. Star Wars universe, that was already meant to be dead from the get-go.
What do you mean?
I mean, not really.
It's suffering for sure, but it's more of we added some flavor and some parameters. Write what you want.
If we took the first 3 movies, which was actually 4, 5, was it 4, 5, and 6?
Sure.
We just need you to redo them for 7, 8, 9, please.
Yeah. It's sold before. I'll want it to sell again.
It will. I mean, it has a name to it. I mean, you could literally put a giant turd on the screen and call it Star Wars, and people will probably go and watch it.
Some people will.
Yeah. Like, it's a new Star Wars movie. You can make the trailer for it look like shit. Oh, not shit, but like new Star Wars movie and make it look really good. And then when people actually go to watch it, they're just like, what the fuck did I just see?
Well, thanks to Red Letter Media, I now know that the Chinese audience responded very poorly to The Last Jedi when it came to tactics and space fleets. They were apparently very put off by, wow, these space people are stupid. Because these folks really enjoyed, wow,
Yeah.
that's a Mauser from Last Crusade. They enjoy good tactics, they enjoy good military portrayal. More bullets! Wait, exclusive.
Does that not have an exclusive? Damn it!
Well, why wouldn't you buy the other one? Oh, you can afford it, I see.
Yeah, that's why I said damn it. I was like, damn it.
You have to sell your flash grenades.
I may have to. That's still not enough. We'll have to buy it next time.
Okay, that's fine. An ascent to power.
Yeah, can penetrate up to 5 bodies. It's pretty deadly.
Didn't say through where.
Yeah. I mean, if you shoot one person in the head, that's 5 heads.
Need a ride, handsome?
I find this more acceptable than, hey, dress lady with a boat.
I like the second special costume. The
What that is.
You look like a gangster, so you have like a little white scarf around your neck, you have a little hat, you have a trench coat. Ashley's in full plate armor.
That's right, yeah.
And then I think she's in the same thing she's in now. I don't think she has anything else.
And a penguin outfit.
That'd be nice.
5-1 next.
Yep. There you
The
go.
chapter changed. What'll happen?